Welcome back to Let's Play Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. I'm BurningDogFace, and this is another purely informational supplemental episode. If that's not your thing, feel free to skip ahead to the next gameplay episode. Apprentice Maris brood. Like many of her peers, Maris was discovered by the Jedi as an infant. However, rather than receiving formal training at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, Maris was tutored by a Jedi warrior aboard a starship called the Grey Pilgrim. When Palpatine issued Order 66, Maris and her master were in the Outer Rim territories, and thus not immediately affected by the initial purge. But her master did feel the ripples in the Force caused by the sudden deaths of so many Jedi. After meeting only silence with every transmission sent to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, Maris's master took his personal starfighter in search of answers. He never returned, but his last message revealed that the Jedi Order had been all but destroyed by a villain named Darth Vader. Seeking revenge, Maris set off in search of Vader. However, before she could ever confront the Dark Lord, Maris was discovered by Jedi Master Shaak Ti, who convinced the angry Padawan to disappear into hiding on Felucia. Despite Shaak Ti's positive influence, Maris harbors a strong desire for revenge, and is still intent on confronting Darth Vader. I have a feeling she's going to come up again, as opposed to just appearing in one cutscene. Huh, that's weird. Aren't those the dudes from the... Well, then who the fuck are those other guys? Felucian Warrior. Natives of the immense fungus forest of the planet Felucia, these unusual creatures were long thought to be primitive and savage. While they have not developed any form of advanced technology, the Felucians have survived and even flourished without it, largely because of their innate connection to the Force. While not as powerful as trained Jedi, the Felucians are able to use the Force to command and control their environment and its creatures, including fearsome rancors. However, they have often struggled to resist the dark side, and many tribes have descended into violence and madness over the eons. The entire Felucian species was threatened during the Clone Wars, when large-scale battles left vast portions of their world scarred and uninhabitable. In recent years, the Felucians have managed to aid the forest in its regeneration and regrowth. When Shaak Ti discovered the Felucians, she began teaching them to use their connection to the Force for both attack and defense. She also encouraged them to resist the temptation of the dark side. The Felucian species is stratified into a caste system, allowing members of each tribe to perform specialized duties. The Felucian warriors serve as the backbone of the Felucian tribes, using their innate force powers for defense and hunting. They can use the Force to generate small spheres of compressed air, which they can hurl to stun and even kill prey. They have also learned to imbue their brutal jawbone weapons with the Force, strengthening the weapons for both increased damage and defense against other weapons, including lightsabers. All Felucians are capable of blending into their surroundings and crawling along nearly any surface. The Felucian warriors use these abilities to ambush prey from virtually any vantage point. That explains the cloaking ability. Felucian Shaman. The Felucian Shamans are the spiritual leaders of the Felucian species. They use their Force talents to surround their fellow Felucians in a dangerous aura that will harm any attackers. The Shaman's horn will also call nearby Felucians into battle. So does it will harm any attackers? I never noticed that. I thought it was just a shield. The Shaman's horn will also call nearby Felucians into battle, summoning camouflaged warriors from the jungle depths. When pressed into combat, the Shamans will most often attempt to evade or flee using a combination of the Force and their innate camouflage abilities to seemingly teleport a safe distance away from any enemies. Felucian Chieftain. The Felucian Chieftains are the leadership caste of the Felucian species. Massive and commanding, the Chieftains inspire awe and fear in their followers. Though slower than the Felucian warriors, the Chieftains are much hardier, with dense flesh that protects them from attacks. They are also incredibly strong and trained from an early age to wield a ceremonial staff in combat. A Chieftain can channel the Force through his weapon, drawing on Felucia's web of living energy to create a powerful blast of energy. Many chieftains also carry sturdy shields that have been constructed using the Force to increase their effectiveness. Rancor. Originally native to the forests of Dathomir, Rancors have managed to spread to many worlds across the galaxy. They thrive on wild planets such as Felucia. These immense and brutish predators are marked by short, stubby legs, long arms, razor-sharp claws and teeth, and armored plating strong enough to resist blaster bolts. The Felucian variants are not as intelligent or as easily trained as their Dathomir cousins. Oh yeah, easily trained. Yeah, those are words I would use for Rancors. But the native Felucians have had some luck in domesticating them for use as combat mounts. Like the Night Sisters of Dathomir. That's a rad organization name. Throw up the horns. That's where I lost my place. Like the Night Sisters of Dathomir, the Felucians are inherently force-sensitive. It seems to be critical in the process of training Rancors. Felucians typically paint their Rancors with phosphorescent dyes, which can confuse and frighten prey. I was wondering about that. Why they were all raved up. Oh. Ah, there's the square one. Sarlacc. The Sarlacc is one of the largest and longest living creatures in the galaxy. As they reach adulthood, Sarlacci become completely immobile, with only their immense mouth and teeth above the surface. Beneath lies the Sarlacc's body, a massive series of digestive tracts and pulmonary systems that allow the Sarlacc to live an extremely efficient and sedentary life. When a victim stumbles into the feeding pit of a Sarlacc, large prehensile tentacles can drag them into the awaiting maw, where they will be digested over the course of centuries. The Sarlacc itself can live for tens of thousands of years, provided it can acquire enough food to keep it alive, but with the ability to absorb fungus and bacteria from the surrounding soil, very few of these grand creatures ever starve to death. Felucia is home to one of the galaxy's largest Sarlacci, a creature whose teeth and gums cover hundreds of kilometers of wilderness. Oh, wow, the pointy things I was pulling out of the ground. That whole level was taking place on the Sarlacc. The ancient abyss isn't the Sarlacc, it's the Sarlacc's throat. Nasty! Shaak Ti. Weird that they don't have the lightsaber engaged there. A hero of the Clone Wars, Master Shaak Ti is one of the last surviving... I was thinking about switching it to past tense, but fuck it. Master Shaak Ti is one of the last surviving members of the Jedi Council. Shaak Ti is a Togruta, a humanoid species from the planet Shili. To protect themselves from the dangerous predators of their homeworld, the Togruta band together in dense tribes and rely on their disruptive natural pigmentation patterns to confuse the slow-witted beasts. They also boast hollow materials on their heads that allow them to sense the space around them ultrasonically. The highly independent Shaak Ti is a notable exception to the communal-minded Togruta, preferring to operate alone. Nonetheless, her heritage is evident in the accuracy and agility she demonstrates in moving and fighting in bustling crowds. During the Clone Wars, Shaak Ti participated in numerous key offenses. She was among the 200 Jedi who stormed Geonosis to rescue Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker from Separatist forces, and later coordinated the defense of the cloning facilities on Kamino. She also fought on Centaures and Daegu, and confronted the terrifying Separatist General Grievous in order to protect Emperor Palpatine. I'm pretty sure that was Senator Palpatine at that point. Or was it Chancellor? Fuck, I don't know. Soon after the Jedi discovered that Palpatine was the evil mastermind Darth Sidious, Mace Windu and several others went to arrest him, leaving Shaak Ti in charge of the Jedi Temple's defenses. Shaak Ti was deep in meditation when Darth Vader and his forces later stormed the Jedi Temple. She quickly rallied other Jedi and fought bravely to repel the attack, but it was soon obvious that the temple would be lost. After ensuring that several Padawans and their masters escaped, Shaak Ti, too, reluctantly fled on her own. While wandering the galaxy in search of other Jedi, I just got distracted by the fact how similar the bit up there was by the deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith where she died, where she was deep in meditation and just got shanked from behind. While wandering the galaxy in search of other Jedi, Shaak Ti discovered a young Padawan named Maris Brood. Master T was initially reluctant to take Maris as her apprentice. She had already trained 2 Padawans in her career, only to see both fall victim to criminal killers shortly before their graduation to knighthood. However, Shaak Ti sensed that Maris was tormented by her hatred for Darth Vader, and spirited her away to the lush fungus planet, Felucia. Shaak Ti has since become a respected Felucian chieftain, commanding tribes of Force-sensitive natives. She is dedicated to teaching them to control their burgeoning abilities, hoping that they can defend Maris should Darth Vader find her, and prevent the barbaric warriors from slipping to the dark side. Yerdua Poison Spitter. A semi-sentient plant found in the fungus world of Felucia, the Yerdua enjoys a symbiotic relationship with the native Felucians. Capable of emitting streams of thick venom, the Yerdua is trained by Felucians to protect their villages, ceremonial sites, and travel corridors from wild rancors and other predators. In return, the Felucians care for the Yerdua, feeding the creatures raw meat and removing parasites in the plant's delicate stalks. The Empirical. Surely that should be a picture of the outside of the ship. The ISS Empirical is a secret research vessel used by Darth Vader to conduct dark experiments on prisoners and for studying unique alien specimens. This mysterious ship drifts in lifeless outer rim systems, charting long-forgotten courses untraceable by even the Emperor's own spy network. The Empirical is crewed by an elite platoon of Imperial soldiers, handpicked by Darth Vader himself. These troops are trained to quickly deal with unexpected threats aboard the vessel, and will go to any lengths to prevent any specimens from escaping alive. It is rumored that this is just one of many secret research vessels in the Dark Lord's fleet. And that will apparently do it for this supplemental episode. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you next time on Let's Play Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, when Starkiller sets about escaping from the ISS Empirical. Later!